How do pricing and reimbursement strategies vary across global markets?
Yeah, there are significant variations across global markets, as you can imagine. And these are usually influenced by local healthcare systems. No two healthcare systems are alike, the specific economic conditions in those countries, and regulatory frameworks. So, gaining access to these markets is complicated by the varying reimbursement policies that exist in these different countries, as well as maybe the specific states and insurance plans. Most recently, a survey found that of all the reasons a new medicine couldn't be achievable or couldn't take off, was essentially with 50% of the medicines missing their forecast due to market access issues. In other words, if these issues are not thought through well in the beginning, then chances are your medicine is not going to succeed. The fact that makes this process complicated is that there are different archetypes that exist across the world when it comes to payers and payer decision making. We have countries that are focused on clinical effectiveness, where they focus on the specific effectiveness of the medicine. There are countries which are focused on cost effectiveness, and they talk about what's the cost implication of including that medicine in the formulary. There are countries which focus on budget impact, the overall impact from that medicine, whereas there are some other countries that focus specifically on the outcomes. So depending on which archetype you're in, the overall strategy that you have for pricing and market access needs to be tailored to that specific country to make sure we meet the needs of the stakeholders there, the regulators, the payers, the policymakers, but most importantly, the patients.
Right. Wow, that was very well explained. How are real world evidence and health economics data shaping pricing and market access strategies?
Yeah, real world evidence is extremely important. As you know, historically, the industry has depended on clinical trials. So essentially, the two randomized placebo controlled trials used to be the gold standard. From there, where we have evolved is beyond placebo controlled trials. Now, what we look for is comparative effectiveness. So essentially, how good is your treatment compared to the next best treatment that's available? And that may be the standard of care today. But what we are also realizing and have realized over time is all the questions that need to be answered cannot always be done purely through randomized controlled clinical trials.